Wait. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But now, since we're time traveling, I can upload it now. Right after.
Sitting here on my phone, the internet is where I roam. All my chat is in the zone. I'm thinking not alone. The devices that I own, reading clips with the flow. As a medium of gold, this corner's now my home.
Behold, it's all over my face. Behold, it's all over my face. Welcome to the What's in the Book Beastmen stream, full of unpleasantness. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal for making this one and all the other ones possible. Why, looky there. We got Alex and Nathaniel and Mills and President Foxman and Steven and Adrian and Parlado and Symbolic and Ted. Not that he hates it when you call him Ted. And Cassandra and Phoebus. Clint's over here. And Neil too. Oh, Josh. Did I say Josh yet? Oh, look, we're all virtually not alone. Today's stream is full of unpleasantness, but we're starting off with good news and some savings throws right after this one. This one. No. That one. All right. Let's do some savings throws against the mind control here in this show. Um, you guys know how that works, right? You pick either survival, social, wisdom, or hard. I roll the dice. If it's over 10, you take half damage. If it's under 10, you take full damage from the mind control that follows. You can get bonuses +2 for chatting in the hive mind, +5 for commenting on a replay. And boy, howdy, is that worth it. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh, lots of good ones today. Survivalist with a 14. A 14, you're doing all right. Socialist, you're going to need your bonuses. That's a 7. The 7. Lovers of wisdom with a 15. With a 15. Hard, folks. All you got to do is chat in the hive mind because that's an 8. An 8. And indigo kids, deuce. A deuce for the indigo kids. Well. Oh, that wasn't a long enough break. Here, let me do this one while I shovel the Blue Church deck for the card of the show. This means that the individual's psyche is far from being safely synthesized. On the contrary, it threatens to fragment only too easily under the onslaught of unchecked emotions. While this situation is familiar to us from the studies of anthropologists, it is not so irrelevant to our own advanced civilization as it might seem. We, too, can become dissociated and lose our identity. We can be possessed and altered by moods or become unreasonable and unable to recall important facts about ourselves or others, so that people ask, "What the devil has gotten into you?" We talk about being able to control ourselves, but self-control is a rare and remarkable virtue. All right. Blue Church, card of the show, 8 of clubs today. And now let's get on to some great and fabulous news. Check this out. Why, look at that. What does that say? Why, look. VIP, baby. Thanks to everyone that helped get me there. Feel free to donate some more to make me even more comfortable. Which you can do with this link. Right. Oh, stop it. This link right here. Boom. But that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am now going to be a VIP over at the Symbolic World Conference when I take this terribly long trip, as demonstrated by this thing here. It should be during the 25th through 27th. I'm doing this driving, so if you live somewhere along this blue little line, maybe we can do some meet and greets on the way. Welcome. This is the What's in the Book Beastmen stream. And but right now we're talking about the good news that you all made me the VIP. I have some. Let's see. Yesterday we had a question: what comes in the fancy VIP package? And after purchasing the VIP ticket, that's right, it's done. I went and saw what happens. It's way down here at the bottom. Look at all these fancy people. What's in the VIP pack? The VIP ticket has many additional features for the conference. A 3-day conference ticket, premium reserved seating near the main stage. That's right. While Pajot is up there talking, I can look at him like this the whole time. And let's see what else. A meet and greet and a photo opportunity. A St. Nicholas Church iconography tour with Jonathan. A VIP gift bag, including a conference T-shirt, and the hospitality room with complimentary snacks and beverages, plus a coupon, a 20% off coupon. And a VIP laminate and lanyard. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for sending me and making me feel so special and important. That's very nice of you. And now that concludes the good news of the stream. That poor Jeffrey guy had to wear mouth. Wear a mouth. Oh, great. Fast pass. I see more like I know. Front row. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for everybody. Let's see. Yes, we get a lot of clubs around here. I'm not sure what any of that means. Can you choose double damage? If you can successfully choose the lowest rolling die, Alex, I think you could. You could. Theodore always picking the mind control. All right. So now that we're done with the good news, multi-pass. Oh, thank you, Mills. Because Mills said that, we're going to play Rascal's wonderful thing here, the Indigo brandings, and then we'll get into the unpleasant part of today's stream.
Need to articulate the good.
Yeah.
I will quote Fifth Element and say that time is not important. Only life is important.
Time not important. Only life important.
Like love. Love is worth saving.
I don't know love.
Now encompasses everything. Does it not?
It's all there is.
It's all there is.
You choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart.
Miss, multipass.
I do believe that this consciousness is sort of like a meat popsicle, as Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element called it.
Sir, are you classified as human?
Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Chad just got an elliptical. Chad, get in here. I'll show you what's up. Show you how it's done.
Fifth Element, and the gal that's playing in Fifth Element, I had the same. So I had this tendency to be able to be captured by the stories or the performances, and I think there's something similar to that. If I'm watching a movie or a film and I'm immersed in the story, that's a flow state too.
But life is time. Your life is made up of the time you have. That's all it is.
You see, Father, by creating a little destruction,
A cherry.
I'm in fact encouraging life.
You're a monster, Zook. I know.
See, you've given yourself up. But this is the most powerful thing that can be done. Surrender.
Why don't you take this opportunity to answer that in the Hive Mind chat or in the comments if you're watching the replay? What do you want to exist even if you don't? And how much of a difference do you make to it?
Wind blows. Fire burns.
There are some things, very nice things worth saving.
Like love.
Like love. Love is worth saving.
I don't know love.
Because I love you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Hey, welcome, Charlie, and Chezi is how you say it. Welcome, guys. This unpleasant stream is brought to you by Pastor Paul Vanderklay, dipping into Islam with his homeroom today. Here's a segment from that.
So here's a go-to quote of mine on my blog from Miroslav Volf, who wrote a book, Exclusion and Embrace, after his experience in the breakdown of Yugoslavia during that civil war. Of course, communism and atheism sort of held the supremacy there. One could object that it's not worthy of God to wield the sword if God is not love, long-suffering, and all-powerful love. A counter question could go something like this. Is it not a bit too arrogant to presume that our contemporary sensibilities about what is compatible with God's love are so much healthier than those of the people of God throughout the whole history of Judaism and Christianity? Recalling my argument about the self-immunization of evildoers, one could further argue that in a world of violence, it would not be worthy of God not to wield the sword. If God were not angry at injustice and deception and did not have the final end to violence, God would not be worthy of our worship. Here, however, I am less interested in arguing that God's violence is not unworthy of God than in showing that it is beneficial to us. Atlin has rightly drawn our attention to the fact that in a world of violence, we are faced with an inescapable alternative, either God's violence or human violence. Most people who insist on God's nonviolence cannot resist using violence themselves or tacitly sanctioning its use by others. They deem the talk of God's judgment irrelevant, but think nothing of entrusting judgment into human hands, persuaded presumably that it is less dangerous and more humane than to believe in a God who judges. Well, we should bring down the powerful from their thrones, Luke 1:51-52 seems responsible. That God should do the same, as the Song of that Revolutionary Virgin explicitly states, seems crude. And so violence thrives, secretly nourished by a belief in a God who refuses to wield the sword. My thesis, that the practice of nonviolence requires a belief in divine vengeance, will be unpopular with many Christians, especially theologians in the West. To the person who is inclined to dismiss it, I suggest imagine you are delivering a lecture in a war zone, which is where a paper that underlies this chapter was originally delivered. Among your listeners are people whose cities, villages have first been plundered, then burned and leveled to the ground, whose daughters and sisters have been raped, whose fathers and brothers have had their throats slit. The topic of the lecture, a Christian attitude towards violence. The thesis, we should not retaliate since God is perfect, non-coercive love. Soon you would discover that it takes the quiet of a suburban home for the birth of the thesis that human nonviolence corresponds to God's refusal to judge. In a scorched land, soaked with the blood of the innocent, it will invariably die. And as one watches it die, one would do well to reflect on many other pleasant captivities of the liberal mind.
Now, first, before I can continue, I have to say thank you, Hezzy. Thank you, Hezzy, very much. And as always, there it is. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. And let's see what the agency card for the deck, that card for the show is today. The 9 of Hearts. The 9 of Hearts from the agency deck. Now, this we should not retaliate. That's a different argument, I think. As we proceed in this Beastmen What's in the Book stream, there's this angle I want to take, and it's how you love your neighbor. Now, if your neighbor is doing something that's terrible to them and others, perhaps, just maybe, loving them is stopping them, which isn't a retaliation. It's just a stopping of, perhaps. But I was reminded of this from the ARC conference timeline. This bit.
How do we make sure that we have the proper tools, which is what he's done, to export to the rest of the country and maybe the world?
It has to do with the fact that you need an interpretation of the world that allows you not to have a suicide pact. Democracy is not a suicide pact. Free speech is not a suicide pact. Tolerance is not a suicide pact. Immigration is not a suicide pact. When you start to realize that someone has gamed your culture, there are times when you have to uninvite a dinner guest. And the fact of the matter is we're being given a choice. And the choice is, do you wish to have a naive relationship to your ideas and the gamers come in from outside and weaponize these things against you? Or do you actually realize that you're being called upon to say, what is the soul and intent of free speech, the soul and intent of democracy? And so you're being given a choice between the letter and the intent. For example, if you take...
But before we go into that example,
we all know that there is no agency any living gent can see. Doing what is right for me is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
we got to do a red card of the show, and the red card of the show is still being shuffled. Welcome, everybody. This is the What's in the Book Beastmen stream, and we'll be giving you the red card of the show right after this.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
No, son of a... the Ace of Clubs is the red card of the show. Oy vey. Look at all those. Yes, we're going to need those missiles. It's a pretty dark one. Stephen from Stephen's Saint of You asked, what happened to the old red deck? We need to know. Some of the cards disappeared, and it turned out that it was no longer a full deck, and I was unable to play, unable to do that. All right. Now let us get into the unpleasantness. First, with this example.
The First Amendment of the Constitution, it says Congress may make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Somebody says, well, jihad is part of my religion. I am entitled by the First Amendment to practice it, and I will do it with your children. No, you won't. And the reason is that we have a Supreme Court that acts as the oral Torah to the written Torah that is the Constitution.
Wait, what is this jihad thing? If only we had a friend named Miriam who could help us with this sort of thing.
Jihad
is a holy war waged on behalf of Islam as a religious duty. A duty. Whoa. Now, I the reason I have entitled the stream "What's in the Book" is because I don't really know what's in this book that is apparently mainly an oral thing, but finally somebody put it in the book. But what I have been familiarized by this video here. Here. Well, anyway, just this. We're gonna start here.
If you've ever wondered why there are both peaceful and violent passages in the Quran, if it's ever bothered you that Muslims demand religious tolerance in the West while Christians and Jews can't build churches or synagogues in Saudi Arabia, if you've never quite grasped why organizations like CARE or ISNA claim that Islam is a religion of peace while they support terrorism behind the scenes, welcome to the most important video you'll ever watch.
And everything in that video, which is included in the description below because it's not on my main channel, is what's known as the 3 stages of jihad. And now that we know, thanks to Miriam, that
jihad
is a holy war waged on behalf of Islam and whatever else it said. Oh, as a religious duty. Well, maybe those 3 stages of it are kind of important, and you can find that in the description below for the full video. And now I'm not sure it's actually in the book. I just watched the video on it, but that's something you should consider maybe before. Remember it.
This agency. We walk
Another video that actually is on this channel is the only Andrew Tate that I've ever put on this channel, and I will show you that now.
Have that blood bond, and I think in many other cultures in the world this is more common. Like, I grew up in Luton, which is it's England, but it's a very, very Muslim town. And all the gangsters and dangerous people, and even the most successful businessmen, all of them, when I was in college, were Muslim guys. And I was like, hey guys, what's your fucking secret? How are you doing this? You work in a chicken and chip shop, a fast food restaurant, and you're pushing a Lambo. How? He's like, well, I have 9 brothers. I was like, yeah, but what does that mean? He goes, no, because when he used to call me white, when you white boys have 9 brothers, you all get 9 girlfriends and go pay 9 different rents. When I have 9 brothers, that means 9 women move into the family house. They all cook and provide, and us 9 men go make money and we pool our family incomes. How can we not have a Lamborghini and own the house we're in and the house you're renting? It's a different mentality.
How much did the money?
If I go on a date with a girl in a restaurant, the first thing she wants to do is put on Instagram instantly. Like, no, whoa. You can't, we're here now. Like, you can't be putting that we're on in this restaurant with the napkin and that's how they kill Pop Smoke. Like, calm down. But it doesn't consider their mind there's a threat, or that many women don't accept that there are groups of men right now sitting in rooms, scrolling social media, looking for someone to get. They're just sitting, 10 brothers from fuck knows where, sitting there just going, that was 10 minutes ago, this tag. Oh, Mr. Bugatti.
Yeah, Tate's in my.
I don't know if there's any correlation. Welcome. This is the What's in the Book Beastmen stream, and I just think that perhaps we should know what's in the book before we decide that everything's hunky dory. Let's see what the number 1 and the number 2 Rascal fan and Rascal all in there. All right, let's see. Whose testimony? His. You got to be more specific in the comments, Foxman. I may be destroying the channel today. Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, the D Wood, the D Wood guy. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play some more of this. Just because. Just because. Let's do this part. Oh.
Stage 1. Stealth Jihad. When Muslims are completely outnumbered and can't possibly win a physical confrontation with unbelievers, they're commanded to promote peace with non-Muslims and to preach a message of tolerance. For instance, when Muhammad and his followers were a persecuted minority in Mecca, they criticized the beliefs of the polytheists, but they did so peacefully. The revelations Muhammad received during this time proclaimed a future judgment for unbelievers. Allah will one day punish those who reject Muhammad. But in the meantime, to each his own. Goes back to Muhammad. One of the key features of stage 1 is taqiyya, concealing Islam's true intentions in order to protect the Muslim community. This was eventually made explicit in Surah 3:28.
As the Holy Quran tells us,
let not the believers take disbelievers for their friends in preference to believers. Whoso doeth that hath no connection with Allah, unless it be that ye but guard yourselves against them, taking, as it were, security.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound like... I think it's important that when we're dealing with other religions, we learn what's in their books, and if their books tell us how they treat people, whether those people be non-believers or people, just women. Maybe it's important to know how the religion says that others should be treated. And if those go against our own values, maybe we should make sure that it's like, can you really have a good faith argument with an atheist? Yes, Paul, it's still going. The channel, did it stop? Did they cut off the stream? I have been playing a lot of the video from my other channel that covers jihad.
Muslims aren't allowed to be friends with non-Muslims unless they're outnumbered and they feel like they're in danger from a stronger adversary. That's when Muslims are told to pretend to be friendly. One of Islam's greatest scholars, Ibn Kathir, comments, in this case, such believers are allowed to show friendship outwardly, but never inwardly. Abu Darda, one of Muhammad's companions, put it this way: we smile in the face of some people, although our hearts curse them.
So let us look at what's in the book. Let's look what's in the book. And I guess I should go into the Beastmen part of the stream, because remember from the God Mask, the beast takes what it wants and gets what it gets. And it could be that the book says that, hey, if they're non-believers, you can let your beast out on them and do bestial things to them because they don't believe as we do. It's one of those things. Use one of those things, but remember, man protects the sacred. And while that's not retribution, it is stopping. It is stopping people from doing the bad things. since this has been so unpleasant for me, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I hope you all remember that, I don't know, there's no agency and you are the embodiment of some things. And maybe those things should be protecting the sacred. I'm taking the train on out. Love you guys. Oh, and I was going to play the whoosh, and then I lost it. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we.